Sagittarius, if you're hearing this right now, it's not a coincidence. Pause for a moment and truly listen. There are 3 things moving toward your life all at once. A sudden flow of money opening like a door God Himself prepared for you. A goodbye, sharp enough to make your heart tremble, as if someone is being pulled out of your destiny. And a love entering a moment of deep crisis, asking you to face it with every ounce of maturity you've earned. None of this is random. Everything has been written clearly in the astrological map of a Sagittarius. And I promise you this, in the next 30 minutes, I will reveal why the universe and the divine presence you believe in has placed you in front of these 3 crossroads. Why only Sagittarius? With your brave heart, your natural resilience, and your spirit that refuses to break, can walk through this phase and rise stronger than ever before. By the end of this, you will understand that this is not chaos. This is divine orchestration, created just for you. And if your heart feels something shifting right now, even the slightest movement, write this down. I am ready to receive my great destiny. It is not just a comment. It is your soul agreeing to the blessings trying to enter your life. Because Sagittarius, this money coming toward you is not just money. It is a sign that your destiny is beginning to unfold. Let me tell you the first thing the universe wants you to know, Sagittarius. My dear, you may not realize it yet, but something powerful has been moving around you lately. It doesn't arrive loudly. It doesn't knock with fireworks or fanfare. It comes the way dawn pours gently into a sleeping valley. Slow, warm, and impossible to resist. And if you've felt a strange vibration in your chest, a quiet intuition, a sense that some invisible door is opening, don't ignore it. That is Jupiter, your ruling planet, your spiritual guardian beginning to wake up. Every time Jupiter shifts, the life of a Sagittarius changes shape. It's like someone turning a key, unlocking a new room in your destiny that you never knew you could enter. Jupiter is expansion, abundance, blessing, truth, divine purpose. It is your cosmic fingerprint. It is the original light your soul carried the moment you entered this world. And when Jupiter shines into your house of wealth, whether it's the 2nd house of money, the 4th of inheritance, the 6th of work, or the 10th of career, everything connected to your worth, success, recognition, and opportunities begins to bloom like a field after long rain. That is why money is coming to you now. Not slowly, not in drops, but as a flowing river. Some might call it luck, but I don't. What's coming to you, Sagittarius, is not luck. It is inheritance, spiritual inheritance, ancestral blessings, the return of everything you once gave with sincerity. There were days you helped others with no expectation, times when you shared what little you had, even when you were exhausted yourself, moments you stood up for what was right, even when it left you standing alone. No one recorded it, no one applauded, but the universe did. Jupiter did. And Jupiter never forgets. That is why blessings come late, but when they come, they fall like a waterfall. Remember this truth. As something sacred, money doesn't come to make you rich. It comes to set you free. Free from worry. Free from burdens you've carried too long. Free from limitations you once believed were permanent. Free from the exhausting expectation that you must be strong on your own forever. And let me tell you this, from the perspective of someone who has studied thousands of charts, Sagittarius is one of the few signs that understands a deeper truth. Money is not just material. Money is energy. Money is freedom. Money is an open door. Money is what allows you to live as your true self. Free, wide open, adventurous, and untouched by the expectations of anyone else. In American culture, they call that independence, self-reliance, make your own destiny. And you, Sagittarius, are the pure embodiment of that philosophy. You're not afraid to start over. You're not afraid of change. You're not afraid to walk alone. You're not afraid of long roads. You are the one who can rise from the ashes and still keep a smile on your face. Sometimes you think you're carrying too much, that you have to handle everything on your own. That you have to be strong even when you're breaking inside. That you have to be fine even when you're not. But Sagittarius, strength is not about holding everything together. Strength is believing you deserve better. And this, right now, is the moment when that belief becomes real. Have you ever wondered why life challenges you more than others? Why it takes you a longer road to get where you want to be? Let me tell you something. The strongest souls walk through the desert the longest, not to suffer, but to be chosen, to be assigned, to be entrusted with light, to be prepared to guide others later. You were never abandoned. You were being prepared, and the money flowing toward you now is not luck. It is the sign that the preparation is complete. You're entering a season where everything you gave quietly, everything you did with integrity, everything you carried with no applause, is coming back to you. Overflowing, abundant, deserved. I want you to pause for 1 second and let this sink in deeply. The universe never abandons a soul that never stops trying. If you've cried in silence, if you've prayed in loneliness, if you've done the right thing when nobody was watching, then you are stepping into your harvest season, and you will not harvest one grain at a time. You will harvest by the basket. Let me ask you something, and I want you to answer it with the honesty of your heart. Can you feel the money coming? It's right beside your life. It's moving through opportunities, through conversations, through little surprises. It's flowing toward you like water returning to the sea. And if you feel even a hint of this, write it down to confirm with the universe. I am ready to receive my great destiny. You're not writing it for me. You're writing it for yourself, writing to open the door, writing so the light can finally step in. Because money, Sagittarius, is looking for you, and it's looking for the right person. But before we go any further, I need you to prepare for something, because in astrology, whenever Jupiter brings a great blessing, the universe always does one thing first. It clears the path. It removes what no longer matches the person you are becoming. It takes away what no longer belongs to your next chapter. And sometimes, that hurts. It hurts enough for you to remember. It hurts enough for you to grow. It hurts enough for you to change. The money is coming. The light is opening. But to fully walk through the door of prosperity, you must pass through another door first. A door called the goodbye you never wanted to say, but destiny forces you to say. And that is where we are about to go next. If you're ready, walk with me, because I'm about to tell you who, what, or which memory is preparing to leave your life, and why that departure is not a loss, but a release. Sagittarius, we are stepping into one of the most important chapters of your journey, a chapter your heart may not want to hear, but desperately needs to. Because behind every blessing, behind every flow of abundance, there is always a sacred mechanism the universe uses. It brings you what is meant for you, and removes what is not aligned with the path you're about to walk. This is not punishment, this is purification. In astrology, every retrograde, every backwards motion of a planet carries deep meaning. Retrograde doesn't come to create chaos. It comes to clean up the fragments of old stories you've held onto for too long. It comes to bring you back to yourself. It comes to pull you away from what would drain you. If you held on any longer, and maybe you've already seen it, someone suddenly feels distant. A connection grows cold. A promise is not kept. A relationship you once believed would last starts turning into a quiet ache you can't explain. Or worse, a truth you never wanted to face reveals itself at the exact moment you weren't ready at all. But let me say this to you, with all the gentleness and honesty I have. Whatever is leaving your life during this time was never truly yours. And whatever is yours in the sacred meaning of the word will never require you to cling. Never. Sagittarius is a strong sign. Not because you feel less pain, but because you're so good at hiding it. You're the kind of person who can smile while your heart is breaking. The kind of person who still helps others, even when your own soul feels empty. The kind of person who says, I'm okay, even when your inner world is collapsing. But what makes you extraordinary isn't your endurance. It's the honesty of your emotions. When you love deeply. When you give wholeheartedly. When you trust with your entire heart. And because you live so sincerely, loss always hits you harder than most. Do you remember the last rain you stood under? Not real rain, but that storm of emotion. The moment you asked yourself why you have to try so hard, why you keep holding on to someone who no longer wants to stay, why everything you poured your heart into refused to take shape. That moment, you didn't show it, but inside, you knew your heart was tired. Let me touch you softly here. You held on to someone for too long, simply because you hoped they would finally see your worth. But in the end, the only person who truly saw you was you. That is one of the hardest truths a Sagittarius will ever face, because you never walk away first. You always give people another chance. You always believe in the good, and you always think, maybe if I try a little harder, love a little more, stay a little longer, everything will come back to life. But love and connection cannot survive on one person's effort alone. When a soul no longer belongs to your path, you can hold on to them for a while, but never forever. Because souls like water always return to where they're meant to be, and so do you. Sagittarius, there is something you must understand to grow. Letting go is not failure. Letting go is spiritual maturity. Some goodbyes hurt so deeply you think you won't survive them, but you will. And when you do, you will look back and realize, if that didn't leave, the better things would have never been able to enter. That is not empty philosophy. That is a divine law. Old space has to be cleared, so grace can step in. In Western culture, there is a saying I believe you need to hear right now. God closes doors to protect you. God doesn't close doors to hurt you, but to shelter you. He sees what you can't see. He knows truths you don't know yet. He feels dangers your heart isn't strong enough to face. And when he takes someone away or something away, sometimes that is his highest form of protection. You may blame fate. You may feel it's unfair. You may feel abandoned. But eventually, after you've walked far enough, after you've lived long enough, you will realize that every loss that once made you cry was one of the best decisions the universe ever made for you. Not to take from you, but to prepare you. Prepare you for a larger journey than you imagined. Prepare you for what truly matches the light inside you. I want you to close your eyes for a moment, even just a few seconds, and ask yourself this. Have I ever had to walk away from someone even when my heart didn't want to? If the answer is yes, know that you are not alone. Every strong soul in this world has had to learn that lesson. And the hardest part isn't letting go of another person. It's letting go of the version of yourself that existed when you were with them. Letting go of the hope. Letting go of the expectations. Letting go of the memories. Letting go of the stories you told yourself. Letting go of the belief that I can save this. But you weren't born to stay trapped in emotional loops. You were born to rise beyond them. To walk into light. To become a symbol of clarity and freedom. To live the life you were designed to live. A life wide open, strong, truthful, and blessed. And for that to happen, there is one door you must walk through with courage. The door of a painful goodbye. A goodbye that may make your heart ache. A goodbye that may keep you awake for a few nights. A goodbye that may make you whisper, "Why me?" But that goodbye is the opening of your new chapter. If you feel tears forming inside while hearing this, or if someone's face appears in your mind, that is not random. Your soul knows exactly what you're being asked to release. Your soul knows it is time. Time to stop. Time to choose yourself. Time to walk on with feet that are no longer bound. And I want you to know this, from the deepest part of my heart. You were not wrong to love. You were not wrong to try. You were not wrong to hold on to someone. But you are right to let them go. Right in timing. Right in spirit. Right for your soul's journey. Sagittarius, you have no idea that right after this goodbye, another wave is coming. A wave not born from old pain, but from a new truth. A wave tied to love. A love entering a crisis that asks you to face yourself on a deeper level. But don't worry, I will guide you through every step, every line, every breath, every truth you are meant to hear. And now, take a slow breath in. Because the moment you step through this painful door, another one opens. And this time, it leads directly into your heart. Sagittarius, we've just crossed the hardest part of the goodbye. The part where you had to release something that once made your chest tighten with pain. But sometimes, after one door closes, the heart doesn't get a break. It releases one hurt, and another disruption arrives right behind it. So, if you feel yourself falling into confusion in love, or in a relationship that matters to you, know this. It's not bad timing. It is the timing. And the reason lies deep in astrology, in the energy of your opposite sign, and in the soul lesson you're being invited to step into. Right now, Gemini energy, your natural opposite, is activating strong, invisible tension. Gemini is the mind. Sagittarius is the heart. Gemini is logic. Sagittarius is belief. When opposite energies awaken, the heart and mind begin pulling you in two directions. You want to keep believing, but your mind pulls you toward fear. You want to love, but old memories pull you backward. You want to open up, but past wounds make you hesitate. And this is the root of the emotional crisis Sagittarius is feeling right now. At the same time, Venus, the planet of love, connection, and romance, is slowing down. And when Venus slows, feelings that were once blurry suddenly become crystal clear. The things you overlooked rise to the surface. The questions you avoided grow louder. The words you held back begin to push toward your lips. And incomplete relationships start tapping on wounds you buried long ago. So if love feels a little off lately, a little out of rhythm, a little misaligned, it's not because you failed, and it's not because someone changed overnight. It's because the energy of the cosmos is pulling you toward a truth you have avoided for a long time. The truth is, you are changing, and when you change, love changes with you. Let me tell you something almost no one says out loud. People think Sagittarius is wild, detached, hard to love, hard to commit. But the truth is the opposite. You are honest. You are direct. You love from your essence, not from calculation. You don't play mind games. You don't pretend to be cold. You don't hide your feelings just to appear strong. When you love someone, you love with the raw, unfiltered part of your soul. And because of that, because you are so real, so open, so generous, you are the one who gets hurt the most. Because you don't know how to love halfway. You don't know how to stand at the edge. You don't know how to guard your heart. And sometimes, you love someone so much that you lose pieces of yourself along the way. You're not afraid of love. You're afraid of loving the wrong person. You're afraid of giving your heart to someone who can't hold it. You're afraid of trusting a soul that isn't ready to see you. The crisis Sagittarius falls into is not about breakups, betrayal, or distance. The true crisis is realizing that you gave too much, too honestly, too deeply. And in the end, the other person didn't see you, didn't understand you, didn't stand beside you the way you hoped. That is what breaks your heart. And here, I want to offer you a gentle but powerful shift. Real love does not control. Real love does not force someone to become what you need. Real love does not demand sacrifice for reassurance. Real love is space for two souls to grow together, not one shrinking so the other can stretch. In Western belief, there's a phrase considered the foundation of healthy relationships. Healthy love mirrors God's unconditional grace. Love is the reflection of God's unconditional kindness. And that grace does not hold tightly. It nourishes. It does not pressure. It frees. It does not suffocate. It heals. It does not harm. So, if you're in a relationship where you feel you must work too hard just to be loved, pause for a moment and ask yourself, is this love? Or is this sacrifice? If you no longer feel like yourself next to someone, ask your heart, is this connection? Or is this bondage? And if this relationship drains you more than it fills you, ask yourself softly, is this a love that needs healing? Or a love that needs releasing? We don't like to admit this, but most of Sagittarius' heartbreak doesn't come from choosing the wrong person. It comes from choosing to ignore the signs for too long, the signs that someone's soul was never truly aligned with yours. You hoped they would change. You believed that if you were sincere enough, they would finally understand. You thought that if you held on long enough, they would walk with you all the way to the end. But love is not a miracle formed by one person's effort. The universe created love so that two souls could meet in the middle. Not so one person runs, while the other stands still. Sagittarius, you may not want to hear this, but I have to say it. Not everyone you love is someone you were meant to keep. Some loves come to awaken you. Some loves come to teach you. Some loves come to open your eyes. And some loves come to make you remember your own worth. It hurts, yes, but it's the kind of hurt that makes you grow. When Venus moves backward, shaky relationships begin to tremble. Weak connections fall apart. Rootless promises collapse. And souls that are not on the same frequency drift away on their own. Not to hurt you, but to protect you from what no longer fits the new path you're stepping into. And now, I want you to ask yourself this question with complete honesty. Am I in a relationship that needs healing, or one that needs releasing? You don't need to tell me the answer, but you need to tell yourself, because the truth is sitting right beneath the emotions you've been trying to push down. Remember this, Sagittarius, you were not born to be confined by a love that makes you shrink. You were born to be loved in a way that is wide, open, expansive, to be understood, to be seen, to be chosen in the light, not in the shadows, to have someone who doesn't just walk with you, but walks with you willingly, with a freedom that both of you treasure. And if right now your heart feels unsteady, if it feels offbeat, confused, lost, uncertain, I want you to know, a love crisis is not the ending. It is the beginning of enlightenment. It is the signal that you are crossing a threshold. And on the other side of that threshold is a truth about yourself you have never seen before. But don't worry, Sagittarius, after crisis always comes clarity. And the next part will show you why these disruptions are not destruction, but the universe preparing you for your true soul purpose. Sagittarius, after you've walked through the deepest corners of pain, after you've faced the truth in love and released what no longer belongs to you, this is the moment the universe wants you to look at yourself again. But this time, not to see the hurt, not to see the loss, not to see what you think you lack. This time, the universe wants you to see the deepest vow of your soul, the vow that existed long before you came into this lifetime. Have you ever wondered why you carry the heart of a seeker? Why you crave truth, crave meaning, crave understanding, crave distance, crave expansion? Not everyone is like that. Not everyone has that spirit, but Sagittarius does. It's your essence. You were born with an invitation to seek truth, to walk through darkness, and to lead others into the light. This is not a task assigned to you by the world. It is the promise your soul made before you entered it. In astrology, your home, the ninth house, holds philosophy, religion, belief, purpose, spiritual direction, and the big questions of life. Souls touched deeply by the ninth house never live just to survive. They live to explore, to expand, to travel, to transcend the limits of body and mind. And you are one of the rare souls chosen to carry that energy. You may not realize it every day. You might think you just like freedom, like learning, like adventure. But deeper than that, all of it is your destiny blueprint. You were born to clear the path, not only for yourself, but for others. You were born to see light where others see darkness. You were born to speak truths others avoid. You were born to touch the deepest parts of life, then return and share what you found. So, of course, your path is not smooth. A philosophical soul never has a flat life. A light-bearing soul never walks an easy road. A mission-carrying soul cannot live an ordinary existence. And yes, sometimes you're tired. Sometimes you ask, why do I hurt this much? Why do I face more lessons than others? But remember this, Sagittarius, no one can lead others out of darkness if they themselves have never walked through it. The wounds you carry, the adversities you survived, the roads you walked alone, they're all shaping something that no book can teach you. The wisdom of a soul that has lived truly, loved truly, hurt truly, and risen truly. That is the light this world needs. And in the moments when you feel the most alone, you may not know this, but someone out there is quietly looking at you and thinking, because of them, I want to be stronger. Because of your journey, because of your resilience, because of the way you stand back up after every loss, because you never lose your kindness. Even when the world has hurt you, you are not living just for yourself. You are inspiring people you don't even know. Your pain is not meaningless. It is becoming a guiding light. There is a beautiful Western saying I want to give you. Your healing becomes your ministry. Your healing is the gift you give to the world. You don't need to be a speaker. You don't need to write a book. You don't need to become famous. Just by living honestly through your own healing, you have already become a source of light for others. So when you ask, what is my soul purpose? The answer is gentle, but powerful. To become yourself, the truest, brightest, most honest version of you. The version not defined by pain, not imprisoned by the past, not blinded by the wrong love. And when you return to the frequency of your true self, you'll notice something miraculous. Your soul has always known the way. It has always pushed you back toward the light, even when you felt lost. It has always pulled you away from what wasn't meant for you, even when your heart still wanted to hold on. It has always whispered to you in the dark, you were not born to be this small. You were not born to be held back. You were not born to chase the wrong love. Sagittarius, feel this deeply. You may not see it, but someone out there is becoming stronger every day because of you. Because of your smile, because of your kindness, because of your honesty, because of the way you refuse to give up. And the most beautiful part of all this is, you don't need to be perfect to inspire anyone. You just need to be real. Before we move to the next part, I want you to take one moment, listen to your heart, and answer softly. What do you believe your soul purpose is? Don't overthink it. Don't try to write a perfect answer. Just feel it, because deep inside, you've known this answer for a very long time. And Sagittarius, once you recognize your soul purpose, once you understand why you had to feel pain, why you had to walk through crisis, why God placed you inside those challenges, then something miraculous begins to unfold. The door of prosperity opens again, but this time, it opens not for you to survive, but for you to soar. Sagittarius, if you have made it all the way here, it means your heart is brave enough to look directly at the three biggest chapters of your life right now. The money that's opening, the goodbye you must walk through, and the love crisis you can no longer avoid. They may look separate, but they all come from one sacred mechanism. A mechanism Jupiter, your cosmic protector, has been guiding quietly behind the scenes. The money appearing is not for you to spend aimlessly. It is a sign of expansion. Expansion of your self-worth, expansion of your life path, expansion of your faith, expansion of what you deserve after so many seasons of shrinking. The painful goodbye is not a loss. It is purification. Purifying what weighs down your soul. Purifying the connections that pull you backward. Purifying the things you kept out of habit, not because they still belong to your journey. Not everyone who leaves is a loss. Sometimes, it's the softness you didn't know you needed. And the love crisis is not an ending. It is maturity. Maturity in how you love. Maturity in how you see others. Maturity in recognizing your worth. Maturity in knowing your heart deserves someone who truly sees you, not someone who only sees what they want. And when you put these three pieces together, you'll notice something beautiful. You are being reborn, not once, but 3 times. Financially, emotionally, spiritually. 3 layers, 3 levels, 3 doors, all opening, all pointing in the same direction. True prosperity. Sagittarius, you've traveled a long road to get here. And maybe, out of everything life has taught you, the greatest lesson is this: wealth is not just money. Wealth is having a peaceful heart after every storm. Wealth is having people who stand beside you, not because you're strong, but because they see you as someone worthy of love. Wealth is having the chance to live as your true self, unbound, unafraid, unapologetic. Wealth is looking in the mirror and seeing a version of yourself you're proud of. Wealth is waking up each day without having to brace yourself just to survive. True prosperity, your Sagittarius blessing, is not measured by your bank account, but by the openness of your soul. And you are opening, quietly, deeply, in a way nobody else can see from the outside. But you can feel it, clearly, with every breath. I want you to remember something very important. What you're stepping into right now is not random change. It is orchestration, a divine arrangement, guiding you into the version your soul has always longed to become. A version not defined by pain, but directed by light. A version that no longer fears what might leave, because you know whatever belongs to you will always find its way back. A version that understands loss is not the end. It is often the first form of blessing. And if your heart is feeling something right now, a warm current rising in your chest, a soft calmness settling into your breath, write this down as a sacred declaration for yourself. I am ready to receive my great destiny. That comment is not just a comment. It is an act of the soul. It is your yes to what is entering your life. It is your signature on a new contract with the universe. A contract of abundance. A contract of freedom. A contract of maturity, wisdom, and light. And if you want to spread this positive energy into the world, leave a like, or share this video with someone who needs it. You never know who is waiting for a single spark of hope. And sometimes, that spark comes from you. Before we close, I want to leave you with a whisper, a soft message carrying the clue for your next chapter. In the next video, I will talk about someone who has been quietly observing you. Someone who may play the most significant role in your future. This isn't just a person. It could be a soul, a messenger, or a destined connection preparing to enter your life, for a reason you cannot yet imagine. If you're ready to continue this journey, just say it softly. I am ready.